We are here. Life is good.
Yes. Woohoo!
Life is good. Nice.
Had to rub
So
my
happy. So happy.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so pleased to be here with you today on this amazing new topic that we're speaking about courageous living, what it takes to be aging in grace with myself, Lynn Kitchen, and my mother, Pollyann Castle Baird. Mom, you're almost 99, nearly 99 and nearly blind. What's it like for you? This is a courageous time of your life, isn't it? Courageous living. You want to talk
Yeah.
about that?
I would. It's my favorite subject.
Okay. What does it take to be courageous at this time?
Practice.
Practice in courage.
I think so.
Practice
Yeah,
in
you
courage.
practice every day. It's going to find joy. Have to find joy today, some purpose, some reason.
You know, last time we were together, you had 3 amazing ways to create grace at the end of life or any age.
Right.
Right. And that was softer joy.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. Number 2 was no whining.
No whining.
Correct. And number 3 was patience. Yes. Then tonight,
Thank you, dear.
You have 3 more that you want to talk about. And I've been
do.
Listening to you this week about the 3 more that you wanted to talk about in terms of courageous living and what it takes.
And for seniors, as we reach our 90s, whatever, it takes a dignity. Now let's think about dignity, because it's a really important subject. You need dignity of living. Dignity of when we sit all day in one chair and don't go anyplace. What dignity is that? Well, there's dignity in it. It's I'm here. I look for a happiness. I look for a wonderful idea.
Look for the good, right?
Yeah, yes. Don't.
You look for the good. And one of the things that you mentioned to me in terms of dignity was respect. That you were looking for respect from not only outsiders, and sometimes seniors don't get a lot of respect.
That's it. Yes. Those are synonymous, dignity and respect. They go together, don't they?
They do. Mm-hmm. And what is it that adds respect? I mean, you were talking the other day about wearing your very finest clothes, even though they're 20 years old.
I know it. It's like playing cards. You reshuffle the deck.
Reshuffle the deck.
Reshuffle the deck. Yes. So in your closet. So you move it around and you think, oh, I've never worn this with this. And try this. And I find that style allows us to do anything.
That's right.
It isn't like when we were 30 and 40, when hems, remember, a hemline would go down 1/2 inch and all of our wardrobes had to be let down 1/2 inch. You may get a kick out of thinking about that.
That's right.
It's true.
Well, I respect you for having lived in an era that we don't even understand in today's age. What it took. And you at your age were always dressed to the nines. You had gloves, you had hats.
Yes.
Before you even went out the front door, you always had a hat and gloves. Am I right?
Yeah, I have a picture of my mother shopping in the grocery store with white gloves.
And your father always had a hat.
Yes, they had hats.
The men
in the 40s, overcoats too.
Overcoats, hats, and handkerchiefs in the lapel.
Yes,
correct?
But
and
even
spats.
in the summer, it would be a Panama hat or a straw hat. They were gorgeous. So
people had this respect for themselves, and they felt good about being who
yeah.
they are. And in today's wash and dry society, where it's like a microwave moment, and you have a quick, fast. How do you get respect and dignity?
You're right, Lynn, and I think they lose, the young people lose a lot of dignity for themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Not really taught dignity. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So self-respect comes from something special from within.
You know, I'm just realizing I'm not here to try to explain what are they called? The millennials. Because I mean, as a group, and the they're very casual. Like they like to go to Target and buy new clothes every 2 months and then wash them in the washing machine and wear them out, and then we'll go get some new. And so they're constantly changing their wardrobe. Where my wardrobe, I take to the dry cleaners, and it's still 26 years old, and I'm still wearing
Yeah,
it.
in fact, she keeps the dry cleaners around here alive and in business.
They even mentioned it.
That's right.
Your mother's old fashioned and still gets her dry cleaning done.
So respect for yourself is a part of dignity, but could you also speak to dignity in terms of medical care? The dignity that you are requiring as a 99, nearly 99-year-old, and what you expect from doctors and nurses in terms of dignity and people around you that treat you with
Well,
dignity.
right now I'm with hospice, and they treat they're so kind, and they want me to speak on my own terms. What do you need? What do you want?
Mm.
Instead of just shuffling in the what year generation was it? About 10 years ago, families would put their uh, parents or one in a nursing home. And the nursing homes were very popular. I think they're overcrowded now. But that was the place to go. And it was uh, put them away and don't pay attention to them. And hospice is different. They want you to have a quality of life as long as you can.
It's wonderful.
And I think um, that needs to be more practiced.
Amen. Well, now let's go on to the second point that you love, and that is for courageous living. You mentioned about coping, the quality of coping. Can you talk about coping? What does it take to cope with your disabilities? The
Oh,
can'ts, the
okay.
can'ts, and the cans.
Yes. At any age, well, after 60 or 70, it depends on how ill you are or what your circumstances are. But when disability and poor health hits you, you need to cope.
Mm.
You find that you have to cope. You either take a bunch of medicine or you have surgery to fix the problem. And you do everything that science has been able to do for us. Okay. The next thing is when that finishes and they can't do any more for us, now what's next?
Mm.
And how do we think? How do we cope? And that is to look for a positive.
Look for the good. Again,
Look for the good, look for the positive. Um, you know what? And here's the way I do it. I believe in silence. And if you're looking for an answer to a question, I'm looking for an answer to how do I cope with this? I'm so miserable. You sit at the breakfast table and you clear your mind for down to close your eyes and clear your mind until you're not thinking of anything. It is empty space. And you wait and you sit there and you think, oh, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. Okay, it's okay. Relax. Wait. wait for silence.
Mm.
And it's dark. You wait, and suddenly there's a little thought, and then something else, and then it grows, and then pretty soon you have an idea formulated that you can work with, and you learn to speak to silence
Mm.
as coping, as I think that would help you cope because it answers questions.
So make friends with
Yeah,
silence
I think so.
and see if what intelligence that you can ask. Do
Yes.
you ask questions to silence?
No, I don't recall
You
that.
just
I
listen.
just listen. But I love your idea of intelligence because there are two things that seniors have generally, intelligence, and especially at our age, we have a
A lot of
long
wisdom. A lot of wisdom.
back to the 30s. Okay, intelligence.
And the second one is I know what it
What is-
imagination.
That, yeah. See, there's the old age. I forgot. Imagination, and you put intelligence with imagination, and you can be another Jobs. You can invent a job.
Job. Oh,
Job, another job.
Apple.
You can invent another Apple.
that's right. At any age. That's really
Absolutely.
right. Mother's got so many ideas. If you want to stay in touch, all we invite you to do is to go to 90os.com and sign up for Mother's what we call it, a news flyer, and she'll put on a couple of new ideas for you that she's thinking about about twice a month. We're going to be putting that out,
Okay.
a little news flyer. So go to 90os.com. This is for the Club 90os, and it's free. It's just absolutely a lot of fun. So what about the third thing, Mother? What about the third thing that you'd like to talk about in terms of courageous living? What it takes for courageous living? I've got some cheat sheets here.
What's the last one?
The last one is courage.
Yes, courageous living.
Takes courage.
Until I came up on that, it's a wonderful excuse for us who don't know how to explain why we're still here.
Right.
And one day I thought that, it takes courage, just plain courage. And it's like a game. It's like a sports game. Those boys who play basketball and football, they have to have courage that they're going to win. Well, we have won life's lessons. And it's just at the end of the game, and we're waiting. So there's courage.
I love that, Mom. And courage, to me, it reminds me of the word perseverance. And that's what you have. You certainly have a lot of perseverance to just continue to look for the good. And, I just want to thank you for being here and being willing to share your thoughts here of courageous living for those of us who are learning about what it's going to take to be in our 90s someday, like you.
Well, dear, I want to back up at just a minute because let me tell you, if I didn't have Lynn, I wouldn't be in this place of thinking or courageous.
Well, we're like a team, and
we are, and I hope every one of you are blessed with a sibling, a daughter, someone who listens to you for a time, because my dear,
listening is important. Listening and having respect for those who are in the end of life, and patience.
It takes patience.
It takes
Put up
patience
with us.
From your perspective as well, patience. But you know what? It's all about bringing the grace to life at any age.
Grace.
And so to live in grace is what we're all about. And I want to thank you for this time together, and thank you for being here with us. We love the fact that you're sharing these precious moments with me and my mother. And once again, I invite you to go to 90os.com, where we invite you to just sign up for Mother's new Club 90os
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time. And we'll be club at 90os.com. You can sign up for her little newsletter. It's actually called a news flyer. And then we'll let you know all of the new events that are coming down the pike.
Oh.
So with that in mind, let's just have one final what? We could have one final little dance. Here we go. Live your best. Enjoy your life. Only got one. Make it fine. Make it good. Make it great. Thanks, everyone.